Ngayon ang dalawa, kilo, ado. Gamit na apat. 100 get. Mahal.
Again, it is not healthy. But as much as
I think it's obviously a very big difference between you have somebody who's like I feel like really like any of these like anorexic Victoria's Secret models and stuff like that. I feel like that's just as weird and gross as being really fat. Like these are like both unhealthy lifestyles, etc. And so there's like a spectrum where like I don't think every girl in like a modeling catalog or something should be like 100 pounds, right? Of course, I don't think anybody thinks that, except for probably girls that have like an eating disorder. But other than that, no, nobody thinks that. But there's a big difference between that and morbid obesity.
many wish, the spectrum of healthy does not stretch over to obesity. It is amazing that women of all sizes are loving and accepting who they are, but genuine self-love and confidence comes from within, and not society telling you or some ads telling you that your size is also quote-unquote beautiful. What we're talking about here is not the opposite of fat shaming. For shaming someone for any reason is not acceptable behavior because it does not come from a place of genuine care, of wanting to help them be well.
I think that's what happens. Like 95% of like fat shaming is just somebody looking for an excuse to make fun of somebody else. That's it. They're not really trying to help you. They're not trying to do anything good. They're just being assholes. Like that's true, definitely. Chicken, thanks for the 10 good subs. I appreciate it. Thank you.
About the glorification of fat, disguised as acceptance.
The positivity is toxic because it pretends to be rooted in compassion and kindness. But in reality, it encourages women to engage in very destructive behaviors.
Remember what I said before about how like so many of people's values and the things that they promote are just simply ways for them to signal their virtue and signal that they're a good person, and it's not actually about helping anyone other than themselves, making themselves feel better. This is another great example of that. This is a perfect example.
Still looking for a Fortune 5, bro.
Healthy and be averse to personal responsibility and discipline.
If you think most body positivity campaigns are to help you
Get out of here, bro.
I'm sorry. Corporate America is a extremely cruel place.
It's like, how can you not see the problem? They have to see it and just not care. They have to just be like, well, we're gaining profit. Do you see how much this McDonald's is making? Put another one across the street.
There is nothing wrong with fat acceptance. Acceptance of reality is the first and most essential step to all.
Acceptance has to be also the acceptance of being fat isn't healthy. I mean, that's what I think.
Or any type of progress. But the importance of what to do after accepting the reality is often neglected and never talked about. Telling fat people to keep eating the way that's not serving their health because they are beautiful is like telling an alcoholic to keep on drinking because they're fun. It's the easy.
Well, that's what people do, though. They do that all the time. And the reason why is because it makes them feel good. It makes people feel good to say how they're accepting of fat people, and it makes people feel better to say that, oh, well, this isn't healthy. It's all about how somebody feels. It's not about the person that they're trying to signal empathy towards. They don't care about that person at all. That's why they're okay of having this person kill themselves as long as they can make them feel good in the process.
And profitable thing to do.
Having a fat country makes us money.
But at the end of the day, it is irresponsible to push unhealthy, addictive behaviors. Brainwashing, quote-unquote, self-love ads, and processed foods designed in a way that's addicting, easy to eat, and easy to repeat the eating pattern. It's not a simple good versus bad food, good versus bad problem. It's a addictive pattern building trust.
I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. Everyone was so happy for me. I hated the drugs. I hated the drugs. I hated
This video is definitely shocking. It's shocking. To who? Who is it shocking to? I'm confused.
Yet times and times again, science and data say one thing, and media and advertising say another. Beauty is supposed to be diverse and natural, but there is nothing natural about being obese. Obesity prevalence is stably low until shooting up post the 70s, and even though there is no data evidently backing up its absence in our hunter-gatherer days, where civilizations run from modern processed foods and lifestyles such as
Oh, she used the exact same example. Yeah, fucking example. If you want to think this is natural, go look at an uncontacted tribe. That's going to tell you what's natural. They're not fat. You know why? Because it's not natural. Fucking example.
the Jamaika tribe is the post-modern case. The Jamaika, a Bolivian population living in a subsistence lifestyle, hunting, gathering, fishing, and farming, had the lowest levels of coronary heart diseases reported to date and statistically insignificant obesity. And yes, they are
What a surprise.
also use sugar and starchy carbs, just harvested by themselves. So do these people just have some God-sent fat-proof genetics? No. The overall Bolivian population
It's got to be some kind of fucking abstract, like, genetic problem. It can never just be you.
share similar genetics is still subject to 28 and 17% of obesity for women and men. So if they also eat carbs, fat, protein, just like the American diet, why are they rarely inflicted with fat-related health complications? Is all the difference really in the absence of food processing? According to CDC,
No, it's the difference. It's that they eat a lot of food, they don't exercise. See, somebody wants to blame that, like, oh, it's not my fault, it's processed food's fault. Well, when your body is a food processor, then maybe it's your fault.
Americans are eating more calories on average than they did in the 1970s. Between 1971 and 2000, the average man added 168 calories to his daily fare, while the average woman added 335 calories a day. What is driving this trend? Experts say it's a combination of increased availability, bigger portions, and more high-calorie foods, but
That's a lot of chicken.
nothing beats the devious design of processed foods to get people hooked as an addictive coping mechanism to rising psychological issues. Food addiction is a carefully designed process. People put stuff in
Reason why I think is that, so I feel like there's probably a lot of different reasons, honestly. It's probably not like one thing specifically.
their faces and beans when they're having fun.
Yeah, who's to blame? The people eating the food are to blame. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like I get that like some foods can be addictive and this is not good for people, and yeah, processed foods are bad. Sure, but if you're putting it in your mouth, you're you did it. You put it in your mouth, you start eating it, that's you did that wrong.
Foods that are very high in fat, carbohydrate, ratio, don't exist in natural for growth and it is something that is
I don't want to fish, man. Nobody wants to fish, okay?